me, let me go. How's Mum?
Well, she had cancer 15 years ago, and she had like a mastectomy. So she's been great for the last 15 years. But it was about 3 weeks before Christmas. She took bad. She was like, she knew there was something not right, and she's right on her collarbone. She ended up with like a lump. And in the centre of her, so she went to the doctors, they referred her to the hospital, she went for a scan, and they found like a lymphoma in her neck, and there's one in her chest next to her heart. So basically we've been backwards and forwards to the doctors. I've been with her to see the specialist at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Gateshead. And the nuts and bolts of it are that she's, they know it's a lymphoma. They're waiting for the results back, which they'll get back today.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
it's treatable. That
don't mean it's cancerous, does it?
No, it's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So what they'll do is the specialists will all look at it today. They will then ring me mum tomorrow and say, right, this is the level of treatment, the chemo you need. And fingers crossed, Charlie, they'll get her in on Friday to start her chemo. So that's good. How
does she take the chemo then? It's bad, isn't it?
Well, you can get it either intravenously in the hospital, which is the way I think she'll have to take it, or depending on the level of chemo she needs, she might be able to take tablets. So she'll know more tomorrow. I mean, it's just awful because 3 weeks ago she was fine, running around. Yeah. She's found herself a nice fella. She's living her life and she's happy. But then suddenly to end up, on steroids to try and shrink the lymph nodes and
fucking hell, sad to hear that, mate.
And I mean, she's struggling to walk from a short distance, and she's having to stop.
What a shit way to start the year, mate.
My dad's got COVID, so my dad texted us today to say he's isolating in the house. He's okay. He just feels like he's got a bad cold, but he's isolating. But my dad's in his 70s, my mum's in her 70s, and it's always a concern. And the cancer's not the big thing with my mum. It's we've been in and out of hospital twice now, and it's the worst place to pick up this bloody COVID.
She done well to beat cancer 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing, a mastectomy, of course, in women. So, but she's a fighter. She was a lot better yesterday when she went up, and she's got
after time, it's just nice to know what it is, isn't it?
She's got a bit of hope now, Charlie.
Yeah.
And I mean, she got a book yesterday, which is like, it's quite a thick book, and she's looking at it and she's going, oh God. But like the fella she's got now is a genuine bloke, and he'll support her, help her through it. He's a lovely fella. He took her to the hospital on both occasions, and now my mum's texted today. She went, Ray says once all of this is over and done with, he's going to take us to Benidorm for a cheap and cheerful holiday, and listen, that's all you can ask for with your mum. You know what I mean? That your mum's looked after.
Mate. Fantastic.
So it's not doom and gloom, but I was literally, when you rang us the other day, I was literally going into the hospital.
Wow.
So no, look, keep positive. I'm sure she'll be fine, and it's.
I hope so, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, one good thing that'll cheer you up. You've just signed a fucking good player.
What a player Kieran Trippier is, mate.
He's a good player, mate.
And you know what? Other people will come now because of that.
And I think he'll fit in that team,
I reckon we're going to get Lucas Digba from Everton next, the full-back, the left-back. I think we'll sign him.
He ain't doing much at Everton.
No, but he's not suiting Rafa's style of play. I think he'll suit Eddie.
That's an unsettled team, though, Everton.
He'll suit Eddie Howe's style of play, and I think we'll get in. I think we'll end up with a decent right back. The key is the forward. I'd love to sign that Brayton Diaz from Blackburn. Like, if we can sign him, he's just beaten Alan Shearer.
Put a few bob in for old Harry from Spurs.
Oh, I know. And maybe he's in a couple of years' time.
He ain't going to be there much longer,
Couple of years' time, and then he can come home and beat Shearer's record in a black and white shirt.
What's happening out there? Any news on
right, me pal Aaron Grossman, who was one of the Manchester gang back in the day, he's written a book.
What's his name?
Aaron Grossman.
Yeah.
He's been, I think, like a lot of people, he was in the nick and he saw you from afar, and so he's written a book. So he sent it in via Amazon, so you should get it. And he sent
it in to me.
He sent one in to you, yeah.
Fucking nice one. And what I was going to say, he wasn't in the Quality Street gang, was he?
No, he was later on in the Gunchester days in the 90s.
Well, that was a tough old lot then, mate.
Yeah, he was in those days with the Gooch.
Well, how long did he get inside?
He did quite a few years. I think he did about 10. I haven't read the book. He sent a book to me as well. So
What's he called it? What's the book called?
oh, through the eyes of something.
And how is he now? Is he doing well?
Oh, he's doing well, mate. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's turned over a new leaf. He's got his family.
That's what I love to hear that, when lads do a long time and get out and turn it around. He's got
a wonderful support network behind him. He's working and he's turned it round, mate,
Fucking nice one.
He's got his mental health sorted out and everything.
Was he a mate of Bill Massey?
He knew Massey and that, but I wouldn't say he was a mate. No, he was. But in and around that era, just a young lad who got carried away with stuff.
How's that Alan Law getting on these days? Has he still got his gym?
He's doing all right. He's got a gym in the house. He had a bit of an operation, and he was struggling a little bit. But I went down and did an interview with him. I think it was just in the middle of lockdown, if you remember. Yeah. And he was asking after you. But he's doing well, mate. I mean, he's keeping out of trouble, which is the main thing. But he's got a lovely.
He's a good man, here, mate.
He's got a lovely house about 20 minutes outside of Manchester. He's got a lovely wife.
Is he still with that woman? Is he?
Still with his wife, yeah. And he's still trying to get his film off the ground. I mean, I put some money into his film, hoping that it would come off, and I've bought a percentage in the story, and it's
I know who could play him and all, that Fairbank geezer.
Oh yeah, he could easily, couldn't he?
He'd play him, He played Lenny McLean, didn't he?
No, he was going to, and it never came off, that film.
Why not?
I don't know. It just financing is usually the problem, isn't it? It just never got.
What about Roy Shaw's film? Weren't they doing one on him?
Again, never came off. People talk about doing it, but it never comes off.
Someone done on fucking Frankie Fraser, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean his sons are still about, but I don't think they've got the. I don't think they've got a script written or anything like that. But you never know. It might happen at some point.
I think personally, they should do one on the Craze in prison.
Yeah, there's another Craze film out now, which is Nipper Reed's story.
You're joking?
I haven't seen it yet, but that's another one that's out. And
Is it a book or a film?
It's a film. It's another film.
Fucking making fucking films of coppers.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Who the fuck wants to watch that?
Mind, it's mental. There's been some good stuff on. I've got to catch up with that Stephen, that serial killer guy show that's been on BBC this week.
Hey, there's a better series starting tomorrow, 9 o'clock.
Trigger Point, is it?
No, it's called Screw.
Oh, I've got it set to record.
There's 6 series of it.
Right.
It starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock. It's all about screws in prison.
Brilliant. I'm gonna record that, mate. That should be good.
Why don't someone make a film of Frankie Fraser then?
It comes down to somebody wanting to do it, then it comes down to a script, and then it comes down to finance, and it's as simple as that. And I mean, you bear in mind that, look, that script we got done on Fred's life has been written, but now it's about getting the finance. Once the finance is secured, then that's it. But we've got the right man on Fred's.
When you talk about finance, what are you talking about for a decent film? Low budget.
A low budget one could be made on anything from 150,000 to $1 million, but it depends on how many periods you're covering. But
you only want a syndicate to put I don't know, 50 grand in each, ain't you?
Yeah, you want Fred's film to be £4 million budget,
Yeah, it's got to be a good film.
Yeah, it's got to be the best because he's a legend,
Well, it's got to be called Brown Bread, isn't it?
Yeah, got to be. I think he's just going to call it.
Fred.
I think he's just going to call it Fred. But listen. Fred doesn't want it to come out until he's dead and buried. So that's.
Yeah. See, once he's gone, they can put things in it they can't put in now.
That's the thing, That's the thing. Other stuff that's going on. That you'll have to leave a message on my answering machine at some point about that bloody Tim Price because he's still making YouTube videos supporting that Decker Heggie.
He's an absolute.
But he keeps dropping your name in. Oh, me and Charlie are pals and we're friends, and it's like, God.
What I'll do, I'll call back in a minute. Don't pick up.
Yeah, and Decker Heggie's just caused his own downfall on YouTube.
Yeah, honestly, that's his Pricey is an absolute fucking donut. I tried to help him. You can't help people like that, mate.
You know what? He's actually changed his name by deed poll to Tim Price.
Price.
It should have been Tim Plonker. God.
Oh, fucking hell. Hey, leave it to me, mate.
Ah, well, the other thing is I've got no artwork left, so if you want us to send some, can you ask Richard to send us some?
I'll see what's in the box.
If there is. What was the other thing? We got paid off the journalist for the story about Pitchfork. I got paid money for that, so I'm sorted. So I've just stuck that in my pot, okay?
Nice one.
So that's great stuff. I got that, and I'm gonna, put that away for a rainy day. I think I got about 425 quid all in.
Oh, nice one.
Better than nothing, mate. Better than nothing.
Fucking better than kicking the nuts, mate.
It is. So, what else is good? The books are still ticking.
It's just come on the news because it's Prime Minister's question day today.
Uh-huh.
And it's just come on the news. Nobody has to have a COVID test unless they've got symptoms.
Ah, right, okay.
So these cunts have had me behind the door for 10 days for nothing.
Are you back out now?
No, not yet.
So how long? 1 more day, 2 days?
Oh, I don't know, Steve. I don't care, mate. I've told them to weld me fucking door up and just push me food for the hatch.
God, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous, man.
Fucking madness.
Well, it's a bit like a holiday for you, being in a different room.
Hey, I fucking enjoy myself. I do all my press-ups, my sit-ups, my step-ups. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
It's another test, man. It's another test. I'm gonna suggest to Richard and Gemma as well. What we'll do is we'll maybe do like a monthly update on what you've been up to.
Yeah, that's an idea.
On the channel, and because obviously people love those. When we did those historical recordings, they loved them. And I think just a little update on what you're doing, because they're putting it on Facebook. But I think if we can do a little update, it might be good.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna sort this. Have a good day. Love and respect to Mum, mate.
I'll pass that on, mate, and
And I'll tell you what, do a bloody good, a bit of sunshine. Have a nice holiday.
Yeah, I'll pass that on, mate. And listen, you take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, keep your chin up, bruv.
I will do, bro. God bless you.